Hello viewers, I'm SP and welcome back to Marvel's Midnight Suns, where I am hoping I'm going to be able to get through a whole episode of recording here. I have medicated myself some. I I have been fighting this sinus thing for like what feels like a week now, and I just want to be able to get back to doing my normal stuff, playing video games here with all of you. Hi. So we're here in the middle of the forest because I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is I was very thorough. I do not think that there are enough death caps in this entire forest for us to actually reach the 10 that we needed for the ceremony. So we're just going to show up shorthanded. We could push it off, but I think I would rather just go and not get the fullest benefit. I don't know if it will have a narrative effect. I'm assuming it won't. Because like for shop class, filling all the stuff in is just to get both of the devices, right? Like it doesn't change the text of what's going on. I'm assuming that this will work the same way. But the good news is, while exploring the forest and being very thorough and looking for mushrooms, I discovered this archway that I had used the open word of power to get past, which leads up here to Agatha's cottage, full of spooky magic recipe books and stuff. I have already climbed through here pretty thoroughly. To be perfectly honest with you, the text in the game is just kind of, it's all very whatever, right? But like there's a lot of stuff in here that's talking about how the cauldron is from Asgard, filling in all the details about how we got the cauldron from Asgard. There's some hunter stuff, there's some diary stuff. It was mostly very boring. There was this sequence of symbols, which when I put it in at the standing stones, unlocked. I'm probably not going to be able to zoom in far enough for this to be obvious, but it unlocked a second legendary chest at those stones that we are going to have to check in on periodically. But we also were able to get a couple of recipe books here. And here's another big important chest right here. So yeah, this is... And then a statue that mysteriously we cannot inspect, which seems of some particular import. Using reveal here is what revealed that chest over there.
Show me.
Because I just noticed, right? It's like it's got these little things, which are where the keys usually appear. It felt right, and it was, of course, just cosmetics and stuff. Yeah, so that's it. We discovered this little cosmetic area. Doesn't really do very much for us, and sadly did not have any further mushrooms. But let's pop back to the house real quick. The recipes, I think, were actually pretty interesting. I'm sure Doctor Strange is used to people just kind of walking away from him mid-sentence. He's probably fine with that. So we got these transmutation recipes. They take Wundagore Everbloom, which is a very rare plant, apparently. We have not seen very much of this at all. And they allow us to not just turn a bunch of essence into a bunch of other essence, but they also, in doing so, double the amount. You can see this takes 25 attack, but puts out 50 skill essence. So if we should ever find ourselves like critically low on something, it's really nice to know that we have these available. You see I got the attack essence that we needed for the thing, because like getting essences really isn't that challenging. But sadly, like I said, we needed 10 death cap and 10 moonflower, and I was able to get us up to 9 death cap, but I have scoured that entire area of the forest at least 3 times over. I am very confident that there is just no more death cap on the map right now. It is not infinitely respawning. So, oh well. Let's go have our meeting of the emo kids anyway. It'll just be a little bit less than optimal.
Hunter, I may have found something of interest to you. The means to surmount that obstacle you were so interested in.
Oh, he's not here about this at all.
Lies with the symbiote you recovered. If my suspicions are correct, it can be used to disrupt your troublesome ward in the same way that my own wards of protection fell at the Sanctum Sanctorum.
I love that shirt on him so
What do I have
much.
to do?
Without going off on an overly technical Starkian rant, the alien itself has a very unusual composition. Its seemingly gelatinous structure seems to interfere with the ward's resonance frequency when channeled with the appropriate magic.
You are not going to ask me to retrieve more of the creature, are you?
That shouldn't be necessary. Although a cooperative venom would be invaluable here, I think we can make do with what's left from before. I left a vial of the symbiote on my desk in the forge. If you're intent on removing the ward, take it with you, discreetly.
Thank you for pursuing this further, Doctor. I doubt anyone else could have made this kind of discovery.
You're too kind, Hunter. Besides, I think our mutual friend has done quite well in guiding you so far.
Okay, so it's not just the hunter, it's everybody moves their mouth super weirdly when they're supposed to be smiling. I guess, like, making a bunch of the characters in the game sort of like a gloomy and emo is a good solution to that. If you can't get the smiles looking right on your characters, just pick a bunch of characters who are going to look dour all the time. I'm just gonna...
I am very grateful to have such insightful friends.
I am choosing not to engage with him.
Say hello for me sometime, would you?
I will, Doctor.
And now I should be getting back to my work, but do be careful out there, Hunter, and don't forget about the vial on my desk.
No, I know. That's what we were just like literally seconds ago. Okay. All right. Well, the emo kids meeting is going to have to wait.
This is a distillate from the venom symbiote. Strange thinks this will dispel the ward?
That is not a vial, in my in my estimation. All right. Well, we're gonna get to go inside of a place we couldn't go inside of before. So who knows? Maybe we will yet be able to find a single death cap. That'd be handy. You're just here to watch, right? Come on, let there be one death cap in here. I'm way less interested in Agatha than I am in the corners of this area.
These appear to be human bones.
I suspect we've finally found the last resting place of Hiram Shaw.
You can tell because he is known to
Judging
have
by the
6
looks of
skulls.
this place, he was locked down here for quite some time. I can't say I pity him.
But how would he have ended up like this?
Someone sealed him in and made sure there was no chance of ever escaping.
Someone?
From what we've seen, I believe this was your mother's handiwork. She must have used the Darkhold page taken from Shaw to seal his fate. Literally. And I'm sure that means Sarah was at the very least aware of what Lilith had done.
Gee, does the version of the hunter that we've been building believe that this is a thing that's okay to do to somebody? I feel like we're basically pretty solidly anti-punitive imprisonment, right?
Shaw should have been held accountable in public.
Perhaps. But neither of us is in a position to judge now.
After what he did to the Coven, I can see the difficulty in having a tempered response.
I can only imagine how angry Lilith and Sarah were when they finally arrived in Salem. In some ways, locking Shaw down here almost seems merciful.
I do not see the moon seal here.
You're right. I don't sense its power here either. Perhaps Shaw's study deserves a closer look. There must be something we've missed.
Well, I mean, there's also this here, which maybe deserves a little bit of closer attention. The witches have gone to ground like the vermin that they are. But where there is hidden prey, so we shall send our dogs upon them. Torches brighten these grounds every evening as we seek them out. Although only a few remain, we cannot let them grow strong again. We humbly ask Cthon for guidance and strength as we continue this fight. Alright, well, first of all, I guess let's grab this. I am still, like, absolutely swimming in keys. But I suppose you can never have enough. Okay, stuff that I missed in Hiram Shaw's study. I am definitely hearing something. Alright, how about this? How about some of this? Oh, okay, that was in fact the move.
These drawings.
They're witch warrens, places where a witch might hide using magical means. Judging from the detail he put into these, Shaw must have studied the warrens for a long time before making his move.
He tortured them there.
Yes, I suspect so.
Why?
The witches wouldn't give up the moon seal. Our gift doomed the Salem Coven to an unimaginable fate. These drawings may yet be useful. I will bring them back to the library for further study. Meet me there tomorrow night.
Wait, why tomorrow night? I feel like we could just work this all out right now.
How long did the Salem witches hide here before meeting their end?
This one refused to fight, perhaps hoping that her pacifism would entice me to end her suffering more quickly. It did not. In the end, she revealed nothing, and her hovel was just that, with no sign of the artifact. To be fair, based on what we know about Hiram Shaw, it definitely seems like he would have tortured them anyway, just because that's kinda how he was. So, we've been to several of these. We must have been to this one, right? Right off of the Standing Stones. And there was a symbol scratched outside of each of them.
This place looks so lonely.
She may have been a powerful conjurer at some point, but this one was easily caught off guard in the night. Despite my best efforts, she refused to speak of anything but meaningless drivel. So is this the little creek? There's that little creek that's like right outside the Abbey. I don't remember there being one of these little witch hiding spots there though. All right, we'll go look for a big bridge. And then this one is... This vile wench managed to strike me across the face, a mistake she paid dearly for. A thorough search of her filthy warren again revealed nothing of interest. This is... I don't know where this is. This one doesn't really have much in the way of identifying information, does it? Those were already on the desk, weren't they? Like, I cast reveal, but I don't feel like it really did anything. It just, for some reason, started the
These are
cinematic.
drawings of witch warrens. I'll bring them back to the library for further study.
Okay, so maybe we just have to go to each of those. Are those symbols? No, the symbols around the outside of this, in the cardinal positions, are not the symbols on the witch warrens. All right, well, like, it's very easy for us to go check out the one by the Standing Stones. Let's just pop over there and see if there is anything significant. I would swear to you, a second chest appeared on... Maybe it didn't save that. Well, that's weird. Okay, so... Looking right between two of the rocks, right? Like, it was very obvious from the, in the sketch, it was very obvious from the center of the Standing Stones where it was. There definitely doesn't appear to be one in such a position here. Right, because there's not a road that runs down exactly like that. All right, well, hold on a second. Let's, There definitely was a second chest, but I wonder if I opened it up and then I didn't cause it to save. So, mountain, upper crescent, V, a guy standing and cheering, lower crescent. That's definitely a good way of describing those. Mountain, upper crescent, the V. That dude's so proud of himself. Okay, yeah, weird. I guess it just hadn't saved that happened for whatever reason. Well. Hooray, it's a bunch of pallets. So, okay. Sorry, I know I'm getting distracted here. But I do that. My brain it works that way. And she's disappeared with my drawings, so I can't check. Great. Did she perhaps bring them back to the Abbey already, or?
Hopefully Tony has been working towards a solution now.
Yes, okay. She did bring them back already.
How long did the Salem witches hide here?
Maybe these aren't those standing stones, but like this is the middle platform. It'd be something that's completely visible from... I guess... Okay, so it wasn't a path that leads directly there. There is a dead end. You're looking between two torches, between two of the stones. You can't see what's drawn on those stones. But you're looking between two torches, and the thing is, like, completely visible. Alright. Sorry, it's probably not, like, critically important that this gets done tonight, but... Okay. So this is... Yeah, okay. It's that one right there. Okay, so we had seen this before.
This is witch sign.
Is there going to be something extra to do in here now, or am I going to have to actually wait for Agatha to figure out whatever's up?
Autumn does not answer.
Yeah, sometimes Autumn can be a little bit finicky. So let me just try this in a couple of positions here.
Autumn must not see it that way.
How about right at the witch sign? Nope.
Autumn thinks otherwise.
Well, I guess we need to wait for Agatha to do whatever Agatha's gonna do before we can... I mean, the only other thing that it could be at this point is that there's a secret door back here somewhere, right? Like...
The gods are fickle.
Okay. I am feeling relatively confident that is not happening. Okay. So I think I had assumed that it was time for the next Emo Kids meeting because Dr. Strange was waiting outside our room. If that's not the case, maybe we have time on this mushroom thing. We are, however, supposed to talk to Peter.
Just between you and me, I wasn't 100% sure that little plan would pay off out there.
Despite the fact that it has worked so many times.
I still had that little voice in the back of my head. If you screw this up, Venom's gonna be snacking on your skull. Even worse, I would have let you down, not to mention the others.
Do not confuse bravery with foresight, Peter. The creature's rage was his own undoing.
That's not we got lucky, like at all.
Sure. Then again, how's it go? Right. Know thy enemy, know thyself.
And in 100 battles you will never be defeated. My apologies, Peter. I was not aware you were such a student of philosophy.
Sure, that, and I play a lot of fighting games.
However you look at it, be glad we got the sample.
Now we can get the doc home, keep you less explodey. All around, a good day.
We all owe you a thanks.
I was nothing. Besides, helping the boss man test his top secret prototype on a demonically possessed alien symbiote human hybrid has got to look good to the folks at Stark Industries. Would love to get a shot to work for Tony one day. Just wish Spider-Man could submit a resume.
But you are working with Tony, Peter. You are an integral member of the team.
Whoa. Mind just...
Peter?
Nope. Mind's still blown. I just need to sit here and let it all sink in, Hunter. I'll talk to you soon.
You simply have to let the animation, right? Like, that animation is so obvious. We all know what he was supposed to do with his hands. You just,
The key to reclaiming the
All right, so it's solo hangout night. We are not doing emo kid stuff, and if we're doing solo hangout night, Magic doesn't want to hang out. Do we know? I mean, if Nico was going to be up for stuff, she'd be out here in the common room, right?
Dude, I stressed
It will probably be Blade, but let's just really quick here. Okay, yeah,
Yay!
Nico is.
You pulled off the impossible mission.
Nico is
again.
not in hangoutable mode. All right, I'm having fun hanging out with Blade. We're forming a good friendship with Blade, who cannot be spoken to over the couch. Okay. I mean, he does like to read. We know now that he does like to read. Also, I have so many books that I can offer him.
Parker's the most annoying person I've ever worked with.
You do not like him?
Oh, I like him. Kid has a big heart.
How do you know him?
Now that's a tale. You want the short or the long version?
If it's all the same to you, I mean...
Can we just relax? I'm not in the mood for a story.
What, you think I can't tell a good story?
I did not say that.
It is not all the
You
same to
implied it.
him.
So much for relaxing.
Fine, I'm done talking.
Blade, I don't want you to feel judged. Somebody, perhaps, not you. So, I don't know, like... This feels like... I was about to say, this feels like Blade's sort of thing. It's a supernatural horror story. But immediately I'm like... Hold on, that's shitty. I'm definitely pigeonholing him. That's his job. It's not like the only thing he is as a person. Maybe he would like a romance novel. But given the, like, incredibly low amount of thoughtfulness that went into the design of this system, I sort of think maybe, you know, this is what it would be in this shitty mobile dating game. So
I had a decent time.
he loved it. Okay. Yep. Also, was that a hoodie for me that we just got from doing a good job at the Hangout? Not that I imagine we're going to change our outfit, but... I mean, that's pretty good. Do you think that they would feel like it was weird? Is Magic going to be weirded out if she sees that I am wearing her merch? I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay. So that should be everything we can do for the night, right? I guess let's get to bed, and we will, in fact, have time to go get another death cap before the emo kids meeting. We may have been saved by the fact that this was the night that the strange thing became available. Okay. Need to change things up with your training. Yep, we leveled up our friendship.
Thought it might be nice to get away from the others and not talk for a change.
You were
So
so
we are going to
mad
fight
when I
again?
suggested that last night.
Not exactly. You've proven you can handle yourself with a sword, Hunter. But a warrior's greatest weapon is their mind. Yoga requires discipline, balance, and control. 3 things I'm hoping you've got in spades. How about we grab a couple of mats and find out?
I did not take you for someone who practiced the asanas.
Sound mind, sound body. Why not work both at once? Besides, I look good doing this.
Okay, Blade. Let us do this.
We just happen
Was
to
hoping
have
you'd say that.
set up in a place
Now
where
sit
Carol
down,
often walks
relax,
past.
empty
You know,
your mind. Or as Magic likes to say, pretend you're Robbie.
okay, so he now just has a passive chance to apply bleed, which is actually really nice given his mechanics. This is such a dumb reward. How does that, what does that mean? How does that work? All right. Everybody wants my time so badly. Like, I'm not out here trying to save the entire world. I wonder why the items there even have a cost. Like, it's a currency that you don't use for anything else that has mechanical value, and there's such small amounts of that currency. Like, would it be different if they were free? I don't really feel like it would be. All right. All right, Tony, what?
How is the sample analysis going?
Oh, you mean the vial of demonic alien goo Peter took out of poor Eddie? That sample analysis?
That is the one.
In a word, gross. But a fascinating kind of gross. This symbiote exists as a whole at the molecular level. Every atom of it is a self-sustaining, slimy little entity in and of itself. Yet when the molecules bond, they undergo a change state that can only be described as something out of abstract expressionism, and I can see your eyes glazing over right now.
Just tell me how all this will help me kill Venom.
Well, Hunter, we don't kill anyone. That's not what we do.
Okay.
If anyone should be worried about getting killed, it's you. You can't even be in the same room with Venom without, you know, boom. But this changes all that.
How?
I think we can use Venom's slime sample as the basis of a suit.
Like a Venom suit?
No, not like Venom. No symbiosis. It would exist as an anti-symbiote to protect you the next time you two meet. Think of it as a kind of armor. Strange and I are working on a design right now. Give me 24 hours, and I think you'll be very pleased.
Faithbreaker suit.
Oh, you are gonna love this.
Okay, acquire additional suits to collect more passives. So we got this one. Enemies who attack you have a 25% chance to gain marked. Yo, that actually seems very good. And then they want us immediately to wear a different one instead.
How's it going, boss?
May as well check this out while we're here.
Sure thing. Let's start. How's that for quality workmanship?
Okay, that's interesting, I guess. Forceful knockback towards Spider-Man, okay. Ooh, this is nice. Even though this is a light ability, I definitely feel like I want to take this. I'm actually less enthusiastic about that, that dark ability, because I feel like we want the hunter to be absorbing attacks a lot of the time, right? We have that card that gives us counter. Then again, a lot of the dark cards do deal damage to you, so concealed might be really important just for survival. All right, I'm gonna take both of these, I guess. Special delivery is only okay. Knocking people away is way more interesting than knocking them toward you. All right, we have the ability to build the armory. Let's go ahead and do it.
Feel the mystical energy growing.
Sort of a loose definition of the word armory. Challenge missions are now available. Raise the hunter's friendship level with the hero to access their Midnight Sun challenge, granting that hero a new Midnight Sun suit and a legendary ability. Ooh, I do love a legendary ability. Well, I mean, I feel like, right? I feel like we should have a peek at this. I'm excited to get to the next Moon Seal stuff. I am, and I'm definitely like looking at how much time I've already spent in the episode here and wondering if I have just pushed that off to the next one. But we should engage with the things as they come up. All right, destroy the crystal. Okay, interesting. So, is forceful knockback forceful enough to get you anywhere near there? No, it is absolutely not. Well, seems very difficult to damage the crystal then. So, I mean, I can bang these two off of each other, but, like, what is the value? I guess also, what is the value of killing you? Am I allowed to hit the crystal? No, yeah, the crystal's immune to knockback. That makes sense. So we just push you over to there, or we push this guy over to there? But I'm not allowed to move. So yeah, I guess a big part of the challenge here is finding a way to move around the area that allows me to be on the side of people such that when I charge them, I can push them in a non-lethal way to try to get them close enough to the crystal. That's the core puzzle, right? I just don't... Okay, if I am here, having hit this guy, I don't think I'm going to be able to charge this thing through the gap here. Maybe. If I hit you, I'm definitely not in position to do anything that isn't lethal to that one, though, so I guess let's try it that way. We'll kill you, and then there's a chance, at least, that from here, if I hit this guy left as hard as possible... Nope, not survivable. And I just don't see how I would ever re-angle. Yeah, alright. I did not have a good grasp of what I was doing when we killed the first guy. Maybe with that knowledge, I can make something happen. Let's just give this another go. I appreciate this though, like a little bit of puzzly stuff within the mission mechanics. That's cool. That's a cool idea. Very strange that it would need to load the encounter that we were just in. Okay. So, I mean, I am going to have to kill you. The only way we could possibly deal damage to the crystal, realistically, is using whip. How am I going to... This feels like exactly the same angle as before. Alright, if I go up here and grab the charge from this thing now, then we can shove this guy the way I shoved him last time But then we can shove this guy to position ourselves down here and just try to push the last remaining enemy up this way to the crystal. Maybe that will work. Really worried about like not quite getting this angle right. No, this isn't going to work. Yeah. And the idea is you would land the last charge to push the guy up to here and then whip him forward, but like at the angle here is just not, it's not functional. And that's not anywhere near close enough. Yeah. How am I going to... I'm not allowed to whip this thing. How am I going to end up with one of these enemies in position to be knocked into that crystal? You know, maybe I'm being silly. I'm assuming that the whip is going to be the thing that lets me deal the killing blow, but maybe the whip is how I position. Because, like, what if I used the whip to drag this guy over here just out of the corner? Oh, I actually can't. All right. Let me do this again. If I whip you to here... Yeah, maybe. Right, because from here, I'm probably going to be able to hit him toward the crystal. Oh, it's probably not going to... The distance isn't going to be sufficient, though, is it? No. And if I don't... That was close. That was close to working. Yeah, that's the big downside of using the whip early for the repositioning, is that it steals one of your charges. It's not close enough for me to feel like, I could have aimed the whip differently and had this work out. This just doesn't seem like an actual solution. We'll take one more look at this real quick, and then we'll bounce out of here and do a mission for the day. This is not a thing that needs to happen immediately. Is there any version of this where I don't kill you immediately? I don't think so. I guess, okay. I can certainly put you up here. But yeah, then another charge on this dude would be a huge mistake. We can come just crush this guy, but I don't think it actually helps to do so. Because, like, in theory, the best version of this is the one where we don't kill you until we absolutely have to. But I think that's right now, right? If this is when the whip has to be used. Maybe I'm wrong about which enemy we're trying to knock into the thing. Thing is, it can't be this guy. We know that even with the whip, we can't get this guy through there. It can't be this guy, because how would we ever get him to move in the right direction? Oh, okay, hold on. From this position, I can hit you in the direction I need to hit you. I feel like we had set this up earlier and it didn't work, right? Okay, well now we come over here and drop you. Both for positioning purposes and also for the extra card. Okay, so I was totally right about what the plan was. It's just that one time we were not allowed the directions that we needed to make it work. I must have positioned differently somehow, which is weird considering you only have the one tool for positioning. Okay. Damage and forceful knockback each enemy in an area. It seems like a pretty useful ability. Three stars, as long as you disregard all of the times when I did a bad job. Okay, cool. And once per encounter, redraw a heroic card to gain concealed. Okay. I don't know that I love that. I guess it's a bummer that, you know, the passive abilities are attached to an aesthetic. I guess we'll see what the suit looks like. Maybe it will be rad. I mean, anything's better than the default suit, though, right? Where I just have no passive. I don't want to hurt Nico's feelings by not wearing the ones she got us, though. Okay, where is... Here we go. Oh, wait, can I not swap here? Why? What is the reason to have... Okay. I'm sure I can swap them in our bedroom. It's just, you know, with that being right there and having all of our outfits on it, feels a little silly. Okay, so... Oh, that is such a cool... Oh, man. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This one's like fine. Yeah, all right. I'm cool with the little change. Oh, okay. We unlock the different swords as part of the outfit, so we can equip the swords we most like. Why are the swords from the common one so much cooler looking than the swords from the legendary? It's very odd. All right, I'm kind of cool with that whole look. I think that's a win. Do you need help, Carol?
Hey, can I ask a favor?
Do you have any favorite memories from your childhood? Feeling of achievement when I mastered a new move? Or dinner? I don't want to gain 6 light, so...
Thanks, Hunter.
Okay. She seems really displeased with that result, actually.
No, absolutely not. You go too far, Nico. Last time you tried to save Wanda, you almost got us all killed. I will not let you risk the safety of this abbey again.
Listen to yourself. I think I have a way of purifying Lilith's corruption, a way of bringing back both Wanda and Banner, and your response is to shut me down.
I told you time and time again, there is no way of removing corruption.
Just because you failed and never found a way of doing it doesn't mean I can't. What are you so afraid of? That I'll actually succeed?
No, I'm afraid you're becoming just like Wanda.
Oh, I see how it is. You always hated her, and now you're gonna turn that hate onto me too.
That's not what I meant. Nico, wait. Let me explain.
I don't need your explanation. I need you to stay out of my way.
They may be leaning in just a little bit heavy on the teenager-parent
care of that for
dynamic
you.
there, but okay, that's pretty cool. Nico and Moon Knight got to hang out and do cool stuff. It's not the greatest comic cover I've ever seen. Okay, we have plenty of intel to work with here. And I sure would like some epic abilities. So, we want Steve Rogers with us. I guess let's send Blade. Could use a cool Blade ability. Wait, hold on. I've learned my lesson.
See you soon.
We're gonna look at who is needed on the mission menu
Ideas on how
first.
to keep this team from unraveling? Because I'd love to hear them.
Okay, so we can't do that one. If we send out Blade, we are not going to be able to do the intel cache. Honestly, though, I probably am just going to do credits again. Because post expenditures were low again already. So yeah, I feel fine sending Blade out on this then.
Pick your target, Hunter.
You can owe me one.
Any new leads? Okay, Central. What's your magic? Great intel. Bad news for the world. Let's... Who are we sending on an op?
Okay, those are both like
Stay out of
very
trouble.
mediocre rewards. And I guess when I say both, I mean that one reward there is very mediocre. Strong look.
You know I know magic, right? Ooh, now I see what all the fuss is about.
She jumped really high. I just stood there. That was our training.
Practice makes perfect. We've got plenty of tricks for old dogs. No excuses here.
Okay, so that's just more damage. I mean, 50% increase is significant for sure. We also want to save some attack essence, though. I'm not going to worry about this right now. I think that is all of the daytime stuff that we need to do.
Let me guess.
Ah.
You came out here to see if I'm okay.
Are you okay, Nico?
No, I won't be okay until we get Wanda back, but you already know that. I just wish Caretaker trusted me more. I mean, I'm not a kid, you know? I'm a ridiculously experienced witch with ridiculously amazing powers. She should be letting me use my talents to help the team, but instead all she does is doubt my ability to do anything.
Caretaker is allowing her fear to get the better of her.
Huh? What? Why should she be afraid of me? I'm on her side.
Because like you said, you are a ridiculously experienced witch with ridiculously amazing powers. My guess is she fears you might follow in Wanda's footsteps if given free rein.
She's always hated her.
No, Nico. She just fears her. She fears any power she cannot control. I think it has to do with what happened to Lilith.
She thinks we're gonna end up like Lilith? What a vote of confidence.
To be fair, Wanda has already fallen.
That wasn't her fault. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get her back.
And when Caretaker tries to stop you?
She can get out of the way. Or get run over. Now excuse me, I've got a free Wanda spell to craft.
Listen, plot momentum's difficult. What if we just didn't do any of that? Just sort of retread the same couple of beats over and over again. Alright, you know what? I hate to do this, but I am actually starting to feel kind of crummy again. And I don't want to push it. I'm finally starting to get better. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching, for sitting through me trying that puzzle mission several times. When you come back next time, superhero stuff's going to happen. We're going to kill a whole bunch of guys, and then apparently some of us are going to pretend that no, in fact, we did not do that. Standard superhero stuff, I guess. And we'll see you then.